My girlfriend said, I need a real man in front of our friends, so I just smiled and left. This morning, my phone exploded with missed calls. Last Saturday night, we were all hanging out at this sports bar downtown called Murphy's. Me, my girlfriend Ashley, and about 8 of our friends. I work in IT, drive a decent Honda Civic, live in a normal one-bedroom apartment. Nothing fancy about my life. Ashley had been drinking Cosmos all night and getting louder with each one. She kept making these little comments about how I never take charge, how I'm too quiet, how I let people walk all over me at work. I just ignored it. I've learned that drunk Ashley says things she doesn't mean. Usually she apologizes the next morning, but then our friend Brad started bragging about this promotion he got at his sales job, talking about his new BMW lease, his corner office with windows, how he's making 6 figures now selling insurance. That's what I'm talking about, Ashley said, pointing at Brad with her drink. That's a real man right there, someone who goes after what he wants and gets it. She turned and looked right at me. Unlike some people who are perfectly happy fixing computers for $25 an hour their whole life, the whole table went dead quiet. Brad looked uncomfortable and started studying his beer label. Our friend Emma tried to change the subject to weekend plans, but Ashley wasn't done. She was on a roll now. I need a real man, Tyler, someone with actual ambition, someone who can provide for a family instead of just talking about maybe getting a promotion someday. I set down my beer, pulled out my wallet, and counted out $40 for my drinks and tip. Then I stood up calmly. Where are you going? Ashley asked, suddenly looking worried. Home, I said simply. Have a good night, everyone. I walked out without another word, drove home through empty streets, watched some Netflix, and went to bed around midnight. Sunday morning, my phone started ringing at 6 a.m., Ashley calling over and over, then Brad, then Emma, then people I barely even talked to from college. I finally answered when Emma called for the 5th time in 10 minutes. Tyler, oh my God, why didn't you tell us? She said, talking so fast I could barely understand her words. Tell you what, about the company, about everything. Ashley is crying and freaking out. Brad wants to know if you're hiring. Everyone's asking if you remember them. I had no idea what she was talking about until she texted me a screenshot from the business section. It was a news article from Sunday morning. Local tech startup CyberShield acquired by Google for $85 million. There was my picture in a suit from the signing, my real full name, my company that nobody knew existed. See, for the past 3 years, I've been running a cybersecurity firm out of my spare bedroom. Started with just me writing code at 3 a.m. Now we have 12 full-time employees and contracts with 3 major banks. I never told anyone because I didn't want people treating me differently. I kept living in the same apartment, driving the same car, wearing jeans and t-shirts to the bar. The Google deal had been in the works for 8 months. I signed the final papers Friday afternoon in a conference room downtown. The announcement went public Sunday morning at 6 a.m. Pacific time. My phone kept buzzing every 30 seconds. Ashley called 17 times, left these sobbing voicemails about how sorry she was, how she didn't mean it, how we needed to talk right away. Brad texted asking if I remembered him from our college economics class, which was weird since we literally had drinks together 2 nights ago. The best message was from Emma. You sat there and let Ashley call you a failure while you're secretly worth more than all of us combined. That's the most alpha thing I've ever witnessed. Monday morning at 8 a.m., Ashley showed up at my apartment door with Starbucks coffee and red eyes from crying. Tyler, please. I was drunk and stupid. I didn't mean any of that garbage. You know I love you. I looked at her for a long moment. You meant every single word. You just didn't know who you were talking to. But now I do, she said desperately. We can work this out. I'll make it up to you. Now you do, I agreed. And now I know exactly who you really are too. I closed the door and went back to packing boxes. Google wants me in California by Thursday. Ashley's been calling every hour since then. I blocked her number this morning. Turns out I didn't need to become a real man. I just needed to stop pretending to be someone else.